What's up, YouTube? This is Nate coming to you with another break, and tonight I'm opening up some 1990 Fleer Premier Edition football. I'd originally planned to open up some random packs that I'd picked up of football, basketball, and baseball, but once I started opening them up, I realized that it was super boring, that I wasn't really pulling anything, and that nobody would want to watch that. So I finished up those packs. I did get a few, cool things out of them. I opened up one pack of USA Basketball, which, if anybody knows, I'm a big fan of the Dream Team. So I got a Magic Johnson, a Sweet David Robinson, a Larry Bird, and then this Michael Jordan here. So that was fun. I picked that pack up at the flea market, for like $1.50, super cheap, and I got some cool stuff out of there. The baseball that I opened up, I really didn't get anything very good. I opened up one rack pack of that from 1988 Score. And then I opened some other football that wasn't Fleer 1990. I think it was a 91 Topps or something like that. And there was just so many players I didn't know, which may happen in today's video, that it was just really hard to get into it. So I got this cool Thurman Thomas, All-Pro Topps. I recognized him. And other than that, I got like a Warren Moon. I got a Frank Reich, an Andre Reed, and I got a few cool cards out of Fleer that I'll have to show you, because I did open a few packs out of this box just to kind of, even it out. But overall, it's really underwhelming, which, I had about $7 worth of packs there, so you get what you pay for. So caught a little audible, and we're going to open a little more of this Fleer football and see if we can find some Hall of Famers or big quarterbacks or receivers or running backs from back, in the 90s in football. I'd originally, again, had some random packs, so I had some random players in the back here, so it doesn't really match the football theme. I've got baseball boxes, so this is just all over the place. I got Mamba here that I picked up at the flea market. I've got Tebow, and I've got Devin Booker. Again, they were just cool cards. I really like the Revolution set, so that's why I picked up Booker. And, Suns are rebuilding, so that could be fun. I picked up Tebow just because he's Heisman. I enjoyed him. He's a beast on the field. Didn't really pan out in the NFL, but, he had a big win against the Steelers in the playoffs. So this was random. The packs were going to be random. But now it looks like we're just opening up some football. So we're going to pop open some of this 90 Fleer, see what we can get. My battery's running a little low, so it may cut us off. But hopefully this could be a little more entertaining than what I'm sparing you from, which was would have been the video before this. So let's see what we get. So we got a Pete Mandley, got a Chip Loumiller, Jack Buck, James Hasty, Tom Tupa, Mark Carrier. Yep, so he had a pretty big year in '89 for the Bucks, 1,422 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns, so he's pretty good. And I realized in these packs there's a lot of linemen and punters and kickers, so showing some love to them, but I don't know a whole lot of them. So if I've missed a Hall of Famer, a lineman or a kicker or a punter, let me know down in the comments, and I'll be able to know next time. Joe Nash, Jerry Ball, Mike Tomczyk, Bobby Herbert. I think I've heard of him. So he had some pretty good numbers in terms of passing yards. Blair Bush, Sean Collins, Keith Jackson, Hassan Jones, and Hugh Green. So hopefully we can pull some players in here that I know. But again, I mostly know the skill positions. So that may not end up working out very good. But we have a Chris Martin for the Chiefs, Tom Rathman, Tony Zenderis, Gary Clark, Rodney Holman, Ken Lanier, offensive lineman. Ken is the rock on the right side of their line. I think I've heard of him. Jim McMahon, quarterback, Charger. Shout out Mark for a supercharger there. John Hand, Freddie Joe Nunn, Tim Goad, Eric Sanders, Mike Saxon, Ken Reuters, Rufus Porter, and a John Settle for the Falcons. So he had a 1,000-yard campaign in 1988. So not too shabby. All right. See what else we can get. Got a Steve Berline. So he was a Panther for a little while. Not a very good one. Mark Bavaro, Keith Willis, Tom Newberry, Pete Metzelaars, Frank Minifield, Bill Haas. Oh, here we go. That's a good player. Ronnie Lott, defensive back for the 49ers. He was really good. Let's see. Interceptions, he had 10 and 86. That's insane. You don't really hear guys getting 10 picks in a year now, so that's definitely a good card. Okay, here's a Mark Rippon. I think he was all right. Ricky Dixon, Simon Fletcher, Anthony Miller, Ron Stark, and a Percy Snow. I guess that's a rookie card. So, again, I don't know a whole lot of these guys. So if I'm missing like just this legendary player, a Hall of Famer or something, or just your favorite player, let me know down in the comments. And definitely going to do a little more research. Again, I don't know much about football as I do about baseball and basketball from back in the 90s. But I think I've heard of Cornelius Bennett. Let's check him out. All right, so yeah, so he had some good sack numbers back in 87 and 88. Mike Johnson, Kevin Porter. Oh, here we go. That's a good player. Jerry Rice, Hall of Famer. Played really well, of course, with Joe Montana. I think he's one of the reception leaders all time. And, man, 15 touchdowns in 86, 22 in 87, and 17 in 89. That's impressive. So we're going to give him a sleeve here. And we're going to call that a hit. So we'll put him back here in the back. And see if we can find another player like that. Mike Rolfe, Leon White, Michael Brooks, Marion Butts. I think he was a good player. I have a hologram card of him from back in the day. So one of the finds in the 89 draft. 183rd player chosen. All right. Michael Ball, Ron Stallworth. Sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't have anything there. Fred Marion, Chris Barr, Nate Newman, and Brian Noble. All right. And I really like these cards. They remind me of 89 and 90 hoops basketball. They have a good finish to them on the surface. And, you know, the edges are pretty nice. So there's just a classic, clean, you know, looking card. There's a Rodney Peete. Played for the Panthers a little while. Mostly remember Jake Delhomme taking over for him. Stan Brock. Sounded vaguely familiar. Keith Woodside. All right. Bill John. Keith Mallard. There's a Vikings. Shout out to David. Defensive lineman. Got a Pete. Jay Schroeder. Carl Banks. Merrill Hodge. Okay, there we go. She's an announcer. So he was a running back. There we go. Not too shabby. Running back for the Steelers. Willie Anderson. Thurman Thomas. There we go. So we got him in the other packs. I know he was a good player. So check that out. I think he had a pretty good campaign that year in 90. Felix Wright. So this is already more exciting than my last video. There's a lot of players I didn't know in those old packs. Jim Richard. Oh, here we go. Come on. Now we're heating up. Got us a Steve Young. So we got the combo in the back there. Jerry Rice and Steve Young. So let's check out how he was. So pretty good with the Buccaneers that year. And I guess this was before he was a stud. Maybe this was in his years leading up to some of his dominant years. But definitely a good one to get there. So we got two Niners back there. So the Niners are representing. Nice. And I think the Ronnie Lott, I think he was a Niner too. So let's, yep, there we go. So San Francisco is showing out. Got Ray Childress, Tyrone Braxton, Tony Eason, Lewis Sharp, Paul Gruber, Brian Blades. Oh, here we go. It's kind of like the Fleer All-Stars for the basketball. So we got an offensive guard for the Oilers, Mike Munchak. All right. So I'll let you stop that and read it if you like. But so I guess he was pretty good. He was in the Pro Bowl. Eric Williams, Ron Morris, John Perry Kemp, Keith Jones, and Eric Allen, which I saw this opening the pack. 8 picks in 89. That's pretty good. So you can't be bad and get 8 picks in the season. So we'll put that right there. Especially then when they were running the ball a lot. So he must have been pretty good. Kelly Stouffer, Jim Arnold, Vesty Jackson, Robert Massey, Brent Fullwood, Chris Miller, Mike Quick. There's another Viking, Joey Browner. All right. John, that guy, Eddie Anderson, Leonard Marshall. Okay, here we go. Rod Woodson. He's a good player. Had some good years with the Steelers. Henry Hallard, Scott Norwood, Thane Gash. All right. Let's see what else we can get out of 1990 Fleer. Freeman McNeil, Cedric Mack, Chris Moore, John Williams. Boom! There we go. Got us a Barry Sanders. So that is one of the cards that you want to get out of here. 1,470 yards, 14 touchdowns. He was an outstanding rookie in 89, so this is a second-year Barry. And I know his rookies are highly sought after, so we'll definitely take that. Barry Sanders, second year. Brad Muster, Jim Domowski, Don, Mike, Seth, Chris Dolman. All right. Mark Duper, Bob Golick. I think he's an announcer now. Yep. Eric Howard and Buddy Brister. So a few more packs here. I'd say this is so far a success. Again, I bought this. Oh, and here we go. Right on the back. Come on. Got that Dan Marino. The Dolphins colors. Classic looking card. Rolling out. Look at those passing stats. 1984. 5,084 yards. 48 touchdowns. 44 touchdowns in 86. Man, he was a stud. I think he has been said to be the best quarterback to never win a Super Bowl. So we are hitting the ones we want in this. Got the Rice, the Young, the Barry, the Marino. Got the Ronnie Lott. So much better. Well, that's interesting. Two guys with the same name, different teams in different positions. So he went to Alabama. He went to New Mexico State. What are the odds? One right after the other. That's crazy. Bobby Humphrey. Vi Donald. Jacob Green. Oh, and that's nice. Steve Atwater. Strong safety. Fleer All-Pro 1990. Defensive back. So Steve Atwater, for anybody who's ever played Madden Football or Madden Mobile, is an absolute legend. Good height. Can hit. Can play coverage. Is obviously a good player in real life. So we'll definitely take that. So that's an insert. Benny Blades, Van Horn, Greg Haywood, Robert Brown, Scott. Got us a Chris Carter here. So there we go. Ohio State. I think that's the same Chris Carter that played for the Vikings, but maybe not. But there we go. And then a Ray Berry. So this was 90 Fleer. This was before the Panthers were a team. Most of the people here in North Carolina were pulling for the Steelers or the Cowboys. Ooh, there we go. Come on. Deion Sanders. Heck yeah. So this must have been his second year. So him and Barry come in on the same class. So that's a nice card. So this Fleer set is a lot nicer than 91 Topps and whatever the other one was that I opened up. 93 Upper Deck. A lot better players coming out of these packs than what I pulled earlier. So, see ya. Oh, man, there we go. Bo Jackson. Just an absolute stud. There we go. Bo knows baseball and football. Man, he was a big boy playing the running back. So that is an awesome pull. So this is absolutely what I was hoping for out of this Fleer box. Some of these just legendary players. Jim Everett, shout out to my son. Andre Reed, good player. Eric Metcalf, Leonard Griffin. Oh, come on. Come on. Joe Montana. That's why Steve Young's stats weren't very good. Because he was competing with Joe here. This is when Joe was the leader of the team. So were they running a 2 wide receiver team? I mean, so he caught 17 touchdowns in 89. I guess they just didn't have anybody else. Yeah. It was the Joe and Jerry show. But just keeping the streak alive with the 49ers here. That was a super cool card. So we'll put him back here in the back with the big boys. So 49ers are keeping it up. Mike Rozier and Charles Mann. All right. Man, who else do we got to pull? I guess we need to pull some Cowboys. See if we can find some of them. And hopefully my battery doesn't die, being that I tried to shoot a video before this. There's a Clay Matthews, his son, Hall of Fame Packer, or at least should be. John Grimsley, Gerald Green, Lee Johnson, Steve Atwater. There's another one. It's a good-looking card. I like those Denver uniforms. I wish they'd bring those back. Martin Bayless, Jack, Gary, Roland James, Bill Bates, Eric McMillan, and Travis McNeil. All right. Let's see what we can get in here. First checklist. Kenneth Sims, Mark Logan. There's a Marcus Allen. Great running back. Let's take a look at him. There we go. Look at those first 3 seasons. Good player right there. Tim Worley, Greg, Steve DeBerg, Art Steele, Tim McGee, Freeman McNeil, Cedric Mack, Chris Moore, John Williams, and another Barry Sanders. Here we go. Heck yeah. So it's a good looking card. And I feel like these are, so that one's off center, but I feel like these are a little better condition than the 90 Fleer basketball. The corners are really good on these, and the centering isn't awful, like it can be in some of the Fleer. So this is good. So there we go. There's a Derek Thomas, one of the few defenders that I know that's was a great player back in the 90s. So maybe this was his second year, so his stats aren't great there, but he was a good player. John Taylor, Johnny Meads, Wilbur Marshall, David Fulcher, David Treadwell. Got a Bert Grossman, Donnell Thompson, Jeff George, rookie. So I think that is one of the big cards that you want out of here. The centering's off, but that's a good card. I think he was I think he was number 1 pick. So that would have been a massive card back in the day. That would have been the Joey B card back in the day. Stanley Morgan, Mike Singletary. He's a good player. Ooh, and there we go. There's Troy. Troy Aikman. Dallas Cowboys. Oh, wow. So he was the first pick in the draft. Excuse me. So, or the draft in '89. So that was a stacked class in '89. Had Deion, Barry, Troy Aikman, I guess Joe Montana. What a great class. Don Warren, Lee Williams, Anthony, Tony. So I got a few more packs here. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I was really disappointed in the cards I pulled on the previous video that I deleted, and I won't make you suffer through, but this is a lot of fun. So we'll see if there's anybody left to pull. There's Charles Haley. He's a coach now. Anybody left to pull that we haven't that I recognize. I'm sure I'm missing some guys here, so if you're seeing some names, please let me know. But yeah. Okay. Oh, and right on the back, we have a Ronnie Lott All-Star or All-Pro. That is sweet. So the Niners have taken over this video, and they are showing out and showing off. So we'll put him here with the other Ronnie. Got a Ricky Jackson. Shout out to my man Joey, a big Saints fan. Jamie Holland, Reggie White, legendary player. It's a good card. Steve Jordan, Mark Collins, Kevin Green. Big, I guess he was at the Rams then. He played with the Panthers for a while. Jim Richter. And there we go. There's another Steve Young. Sweet. So definitely, Fleer is definitely a good box. Or at least this one is. Ray Childress, not bad. Excuse me, not bad for $10. So got one more here. Let's see what we get. I don't know who we'd be looking for. I think we pulled just about everybody. I'm sure there are some. I didn't really do a lot of research on this, but let's see what we get. Tim Creamy, Johnny Hector, Anthony Bell, Randy Grimes, Kelly Stouffer, Jim Arnold, Vesty Jackson, Robert Massey, Brent Fullwood, Chris Miller, Mike Quick, Joey Browner, John, Eddie, and Leonard. So I'm sure there was somebody in there that was decent, but I just don't know. So let's take a recap and just look at this. All right, so we got Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders. Got the Steve Atwater, Dan Marino, another Barry Sanders, Steve Young, another Ronnie Lott, another Steve Young, Jerry Rice, and Joe Montana. What a nice box so far. I think I got maybe close to a half of the box left or something like that. But that's a lot of good cards for $10. So I'm happy with that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please leave a comment, subscribe if you hadn't, hit that bell for notifications. Let me know down in the comments if there's anybody I missed that you picked up on that I should have called out. Put some respect on their name. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And until next time, catch you later.